Hey everybody, TheNeonKnight here. I'm about to embark on a journey that is hopefully going to add a bit of a challenge to the traditional way of playing RuneScape. I'm creating a fresh account with its origin point at the Grand Exchange. You're probably thinking to yourself, a normal account at the Grand Exchange? Where's the challenge in that? While my journey may begin there, it won't be branching out too far very quickly. I'm going to be unlocking one chunk of the map at a time with a set of rules that I've created. Those rules being this: I can only use the chunks that I have unlocked. In order to unlock a chunk, I must do two things. For every 15 levels gained, I unlock a chunk of my choosing on the map. For every 1 mil earned is also a free unlock of my choosing. I will continue to unlock chunks until I've completed my main objective, completing 1 KC of Chambers of Xeric with unlocking as few game chunks as possible. I have no idea how this journey is going to go, and I'm sure there will be plenty of challenges along the way. So sit back, strap in, and join me on this journey as we trek across the land of Gielinor. Alright everybody, before we actually get started, I want to go over some rules and some challenges that we set for ourselves in the series. The rules being, I can only utilize chunks that have been unlocked, teleports can only be used for chunks that have been unlocked, an underground area is unlocked if it is within an unlocked chunk, no help from other players, besides the GE of course, and membership is locked until we unlock a chunk in a member's area. The challenges we set: we're going to gather as many resources as possible on our own for leveling, and if we unlock a chunk with a necessary item upgrade, we will be obtaining it by the drop rate. So we're basically just a knockoff Iron Man. But I think that'll add a fun little twist to our series. With that being said, guys, let's get started. Alright, so what we're going to do first is put all of this in the bank, and we're going to get our axe out and our tinderbox, and we're going to start chopping some trees. So obviously our end game goal is to do 1 KC of Chambers of Xeric. And in order for us to do that, we are going to need to do some quests. So our first objective here is to get our total level up. And I have about 5 chunks in mind I think we need to unlock in order to get our questing started. Now I've been looking into it, and this might change as we go on, but I think our best bet is going to be getting full Elite Void. Now, in order to get full Elite Void, we're going to need to do the Western Province Hard Diaries. And in order to do those, we have several quests we have to complete. Alright, that's our first inventory of logs. That got us to 7 woodcutting. Let's go ahead and start burning these bad boys and see if we can hit that 15 first chunk unlock. Come on, buddy. You can do it.
2,000 years later.
I'm going to be starting a clan or just a general chat. I haven't really decided yet, but if you guys are interested in hanging out, I'll go ahead and drop that in the description of these videos. You guys can join up. These early grinds are going to be pretty quick, but obviously the later game we get, the slower my gains are going to be. So if you guys want to hang out, keep me some company, that would be great. 11 woodcutting also, that puts us at 50 total level. Look at us go. Alright, there's 15 fire making. That puts us at our second unlocked chunk. Alright guys, so I waited until we had 2 unlocks just so I can explain my thought process a little bit better. So for the first unlock, I'm going to be unlocking this chunk, and for the second unlock, I'm going to be unlocking this chunk. We chose this chunk for a couple of reasons. One, for our teleport. We can be using the rock teleport, and we need this chunk unlocked in order to unlock that teleport. The second reasoning behind this chunk is we need to do quests in order to do the Western Hard Diaries. And one of those quests is Rune Mysteries. So we need Aubrey's magic shop down here unlocked, and that falls into this chunk. This chunk we unlocked because we need to be able to get back to the Grand Exchange once we use our teleport. So this chunk and this chunk are together just so we can get back to the Grand Exchange. This chunk also serves a second purpose for the quest Gertrude's Cat. In order to do the Western Hards, we need to complete Swan Song, and that requires us to get 100 quest points. All of the quests required to unlock the Western Hards do not give us 100 quest points, so in order for us to do Swan Song, we're going to have to do some extra quests in order to get those quest points up. Gertrude's Cat is going to be one of those extra quests, because we need to unlock the Lumberyard anyway, so that we can get into Mortania. So we're sitting with our free Grand Exchange chunk, and we have our first and second unlocked chunks. Real quick, guys, I just wanted to show you where we're sitting at with money-wise. I did make a few transactions in the Grand Exchange, so I don't know how I'm going to end up doing this as far as keeping track of all of our money and how I'm going to show it to you guys in a pleasing way, but I'll get that figured out, and by the end of this episode, we'll have something for it. But for now, I just wanted to make sure you guys saw where this money's coming from that I have and what we're doing with it so far. So that's our exchange history at this point. Alright guys, this is our first time leaving the Grand Exchange chunk in the series. Oh yeah, that's good. Check us out. We're chopping some oak logs, baby. Let's go guys, we've already unlocked our first pet for the series, 2KC Stray Dog. There's 20 fire making. Nice. There's 20 wood cutting. Awesome everybody, we just got 75 total level, so that means we have another unlockable chunk. Also, this Varg chunk comes with some pretty sick gear upgrades. Check us out. Since our challenges are to pretty much treat this account as much like an Iron Man as we can, I figured it was only appropriate for us to have a pink Iron Man helmet next to our name. Guys, we just got 32 fire making. That puts us at 90 total level for another chunk unlock. There are 3 chunks I have in mind right now, so I'm going to wait until we have the total level for the 3rd chunk unlock, and then I'll pull the map up and show you guys what I'm thinking. I think in our next set of chunk unlocks, we're going to start training some combat. Now, one of the quests we have to do is Waterfall Quest in order to unlock the Western Hards, but I don't think it's going to be realistic for us to unlock it anytime soon, so I think we're just going to do some light combat training here and there. There's 30 woodcutting guys, now we have willow trees. So I just logged in and there was an update. I'm not sure if this is the 117 or if this is the vanilla client naturally, but look at the fire. I want to check it out here. Yeah, it's definitely the 117. That's pretty cool that they added that. Oh, and we just got 34 fire making, so we are only 8 levels away from unlocking our next chunk. What we're going to do is finish up this inventory, and then we're going to go train combat. I think that's going to be quicker for us than trying to get this woodcutting level up. Our strength puts us at 100 total level. Turns out, guys, I'm kind of an idiot. We've had these dummies here the whole time, and I was training on those men, and wasted the majority of the food I had. No big deal, but what a rookie move. That's 6 attack, that puts us at 105 total for another chunk unlock. Alright, we have 3 chunks we can work with. One of the chunks is going to be Lumbridge, the second chunk Drainer Village, and the third chunk is going to be Wizard's Tower. We need Lumbridge so that we can start Rune Mysteries and the Restless Ghost. I'd say the next chunks we're going to unlock are going to be these two, just so that we can get Restless Ghost done and be done with it. We are going to need both of these chunks to complete that quest. But for now, guys, it's going to be Lumbridge, Drainer Village, and Wizard's Tower. We have 5 chunks unlocked already. So with these chunks unlocked, and these next 2 that we're going to get unlocked, we should be able to complete Rune Mysteries and Restless Ghost, and that's going to be the last 2 quests we need before we can move on to a member area. In the intro to this video, I said there were going to be some challenges along the way, and I think we may have run into our first challenge. So I did not pay attention. In the Grand Exchange, we are unable to use that unless we have 20 hours of gameplay and we have 10 quest points. And with the chunks that I had planned, we are not going to be able to get 10 quest points without being a member. We're still allowed to purchase things in the Grand Exchange, but in order for us to sell items to get money, we have those stipulations that RuneScape set for us. So what we're going to do, instead of getting these 2 Lumbridge Swamp chunks, we're actually going to get this chunk unlocked, because we'll be needing this chunk anyway for one small favor later on in the game. And since we can still use the Grand Exchange, we're going to be buying a Law rune from the GE, and we can purchase the other runes from Aubrey's Magic Shop. That will allow us to home teleport to Lumbridge to complete the quests, and we can also teleport back to Vrock so we don't have to buy any unnecessary chunks. Whenever I was looking at the map, I said we were going to use the teleport, but I actually didn't consider the fact that we need 25 magic in order to use that. So what we're going to do now is try to make some money by selling oak logs to the general store. Also, I forgot, we're trying to buy the items for Cook's Assistant. I figured we would knock that out while we're in Lumbridge if we can afford the items. Got about 145 casts of Wind Strike, so let's go safe spot something and see how far that'll get us. While we're here, let's try to kill this imp and see if we'll get lucky on a bead drop. If we can even kill it before it teleports. Got some free mind runes, don't mind if I do. So we were trying to save spot a woman in the bar, but we almost got flinched by her. We got down to 2 HP, so we are out of food. We're just going to get a couple inventories of oak logs, and then we're going to get back to it. And that marks 35 wood cutting as well. Perfect timing. While we were cutting that tree, we got 35 wood cutting, and we were about 2 wind strikes away from 7 magic, which put us at a total level of 120. So we accidentally unlocked a chunk. Okay guys, here we are back at our map. I know I've already changed my mind twice now, but we're about to do it again. Unlocking this chunk now and getting memberships early on this account is just going to save us a lot of headaches that we really don't need to have. So with our 6th chunk, we are officially going to unlock the lumberyard and unlock the members area. Well, that's 43 woodcutting. That actually puts us at 150 total level for a chunk unlock. I wasn't planning on woodcutting being the level to do that for us, but we have it, so I'm gonna go sell these logs that we've been banking, do a little crafting training, and then I'll pull the map up and fill you in on what we're gonna need to do with it, guys. Real quick before we mess with the chunks, there's 20 crafting, so we have that now for creatures of Frankenstrain. We're back at the map and we have 2 chunks that we can unlock. We still need 25 thieving in order to complete the quest, Creature of Frankenstrain. We also need access to a furnace. Now we do have a furnace in the lumberage chunk that we unlocked, but we still need 25 thieving. And since we don't have access to Ardoin yet, we need to think of a way to get 25 thieving without having to pickpocket 1,000 men. So for our first chunk we're going to pick, it is back to this chunk. We need this chunk for multiple quests in the area. Also, we need this chunk for once we get to 15 pickpocketing, we can pickpocket ham members, and that's going to save us a little bit of time on getting 25 thieving. In order to even start the quest Creature of Frankenstrain, we need this chunk anyway. Also, this gives us access to the dungeon, and we can do some combat training on the rats down there. So, in order to work our way towards our small goal of completing Creature of Frankenstrain, we are going to unlock the Varrock Palace chunk and this ham member chunk. So that's what we're looking at chunk-wise right now. Let's get back to it. We ended up using some of our oak log money to get some food, so we're going to be here pickpocketing men until 15, and then we're going to jump over to the ham hideout, and we're going to probably be there until 25 thieving, so I'll probably just check back in with you guys at 15 thieving and then 25, so I will see you when we have those levels. This isn't really a challenge because I don't know how much we're actually going to be able to do, but I am going to do random events if we get them and we're not like in the middle of a grind or something, just for fun to see how much of the collection log stuff we can get. We got the zombie dance emote unlocked. Well, I missed the notification because I was clicking like the wind, but there is 15 thieving, so we're going to pop on down to the ham hideout and we are going to get 25 thieving. So we took a little break from thieving to walk over here to get some upgraded armor. Check out our drip. That hat cape combo is unmatched. So I was pickpocketing men in Lumbridge and we found these black plate legs and this black pickaxe laying on the ground. I'm not sure who dropped it. We picked it up. I don't know if that counts as help from other players or if we find it on the ground we can take it fair game. I'm just gonna throw it in the bank. I'm not gonna use it for now. Let me know what you guys think. If you think it's help from other players, I'll just drop them back on the ground. If not, and it's fair game, we'll either wear them or we will sell them. But let me know, guys. And there's 25 thieving. So now that we have 20 crafting and 25 thieving, we can start working on some quests. Once we get 180 total level, we'll have 2 chunks that we can use to unlock the Lumbridge Swamp. That will allow us to finally complete the Restless Ghost quest. Okay, there's 12 magic, and we got 12 hit points while we were doing that. But that puts us at our 180 threshold for our chunk unlock. Now let's head over to the map and check out what we're going to do. With these 2 chunks unlocked, we can finally complete Restless Ghost. The chunks we have unlocked currently allow us to get a couple extra quests in as well for that 100 quest point requirement for Swan Song. So let's officially unlock the Lumbridge Swamp, get back into the game, and start knocking out some of these quests. I put together a list of quests we're going to complete on our way to Creature of Frankenstrain. I'm going to go ahead and put that up on the screen now. Before we get started on these quests, I'm going to go ahead and get a couple inventories of oak logs so we can sell them to the GE. I'm going to upgrade our magic armor as well as buy some more runes. I set a challenge for us at the beginning of the series to get as many necessary items by the drop rate if they are in our chunks. We are going to be completing the Imp Catcher to help get our goal of 100 quest points for Swan Song. That means I'm going to be killing imps in order to get the bead drops before we start that quest. We didn't get a bead, but we just got a Mind Talesman drop off of that imp, so that's some money in the bank. Alright guys, we got our first bead. 3 more to go. Back-to-back yellow beads. Another yellow bead. Jeez. That's 3. Nice, we got the black bead. 2 more to go. And we just got our Kadava berries for the quest Romeo and Juliet. Finally, it's over. We got the red bead. We made 21,000 gold just from killing those imps, and we even bought air runes and mine runes halfway through that grind. That's actually a decent little moneymaker for the section of the map we're in and the requirements we have. Now, we actually went ahead and bought ourselves a glory while we had enough money. That's going to help us out with doing these quests, and it's also just a nice upgrade to have. Alright, there's Cook's Assistant done. That gave us 4 cooking. We went ahead and started Recipe for Disaster while we're here. We're going to need that later on anyway, so we might as well just do it. Alright, there's Imp Catcher completed. There's the Restless Ghost completed. That also gave us 12 prayer points. We unlocked a chunk at 210, putting us at 213 total level. There's Rin Mysteries completed. Romeo and Juliet completed. And there's Gertrude's Cat completed. We're going to go ahead and unlock these 2 chunks so that we can complete Priest in Peril and push into Mauritania. So let's officially unlock these chunks and get back into the game. We're going to get our ranged up a little bit before we start the Priest in Peril quest. You can't use magic to fight the Guardian during that quest, and we're going to go ahead and save spot it with ranged. We need to get our ranged up anyway so that we can complete Animal Magnetism. That's going to allow us to unlock Ava's Accumulator, and that's going to be one of our best in slot items during Raids 1. And there's 225 total level, and that's also a chunk unlock. We're working our way towards 20 ranged before we start the Priest in Peril. We hit 240 total level, that gives us another chunk unlock. Also, while we were training on these goblins, we got a beginner clue, and we can actually do this clue in Draenor Village. So we're going to go over there real quick, try that, and see if we can get a casket out of it. Okay, that gave us another clue, so let's see if we can actually do this one. Wouldn't you know it, we can actually do this clue right below the wizard's tower. So let's go knock this out and hope for a casket. Surprisingly enough, we were able to get a casket on the Chunklock boy. So let's open this bad boy up and see what we got. That last goblin put us at 20 ranged. We're going to go ahead and go back to the Grand Exchange, stock up on some items, get the required items for the quest Priest in Peril, and we're going to get that knocked out so we can finally get into Mauritania. And before I forget, I hung out at the Oak Logs last night for a little bit before I went to sleep. It's not going to be a crazy amount of money, and we're most likely going to spend it anyway, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up in case we have a little extra cash stack by the time I'm recording again. We started the Priest in Peril quest, now we have to go down and kill the Guardian, so hopefully the safe spotting this doesn't take too long. I thought there was a safe spot available, I guess not, or I'm just not doing it right, but it really looks like we don't even need it. We're kind of shredding this guy. And there we go, that is the completion of Priest in Peril. So in order to complete Frankenstein Castle, we need 4 chunk unlocks in this area. We need to unlock Frankenstein's Castle for obvious reasons. We need to unlock this chunk in order to get to this chunk, because we need to do some digging in this area right here in order to get one of the items for the quest. This chunk's useful because it gives us a farming patch to train our farming, and it's also a chunk that we have to unlock in order to complete Animal Magnetism. We also need to unlock the Canifis chunk in order to get the Pickled Brain to start the quest Creature of Frankenstein. In order for us to unlock all 4 of these chunks, we're going to need a total level of 270, so we are going to officially unlock all 4 of these chunks, and we're going to be back when we have that 270 requirement in order to complete the quest. That's 9 defense, putting us at 255 for our chunk unlock. So as I was training defense, I was sitting there roasting myself because I know we're going to have low Slayer in this playthrough. And that made me think we could do the natural history quiz in order to get these extra 18 levels. So that put us at the 270 for the chunk unlock we needed. It also gave us some Slayer and Hunter. We're also going to need Slayer later for some quest requirements, one of them being Animal Magnetism, so this is actually pretty helpful. Now let's go get stocked up and complete Creature of Frankenstein. Alright everybody, that's going to be the ending for episode 1. I think this was a good goal for learning how to work around chunks. This was also some good practice for organizing our quests and trying to get this done in the most efficient way possible. We still have a long way to go, and our progress is going to start slowing down once our levels get a little higher. So far, I've had a lot of fun making this episode for you guys, and I really hope you enjoyed watching it. Doing this series has also been helpful for me as a creator. I'm going to continue to improve on my video editing skills so I can try to create the best content that I possibly can for you guys. If you guys have any tips or would like to see me do something differently, please don't be afraid to leave that in the comments, because that only helps me create something better for you guys to enjoy. And on that note, if you did enjoy this episode, please subscribe to my channel and hit that bell icon so that you're not missing out on any episodes and you can follow along with us on this journey.